Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Blokees Pokemon GRENINJA. This is number 0658 Classic Edition CVL, so it's one of the larger ones. And I know GRENINJA might not be as popular as Charizard, or as high on some people's wish lists as Charizard in their collection, but I know it's a popular one. You guys asked me to review it, and they sent a review sample, so here it is. I'll tell you, it's not probably as good as I would like it to be, but I think it's still really good and probably good enough for most people who want this in their collection, especially for like a Smash Brothers type thing. So there's some stuff to talk about. So let's go ahead and get them off the stand and take a closer look. Okay, so the first thing we need to talk about is the package, and it is not a window box or anything like that because it's a model kit, but it's a nice looking package. It's got a little bit of the shiny chromey type stuff on there, photo there, more photos all the way around. It's fine. It's not super displayable because there's no window, but if you don't care about that, then you can just display it like this, I guess. I'm not a package person, so I don't really care. And like I said, it is technically a model kit. So this guy, he's not exactly the same thing as Charizard because this guy actually has accessories for himself and interchangeable parts. It's not just the display stand and the figure with like an energy effect type thing. So it's a little bit different, but I think it'll probably work. Even though it's a model kit, it's very simple. It takes like 5 minutes to put together. And I think it'll work for a lot of people's collections, especially if you're just trying to fill out a Smash roster. This is easily the best one that I've come across. The Select or Legendary Collection or whatever those things were called, I can't remember now. The $20 ones at Target there is huge, and it wasn't a great figure. So this one I think is the way to go for that. Here he is up against Darwin. So you can see he's not overly large. I think that's a good size for him. He stands roughly to the top of his head, not the top of his ears, about 10 centimeters, give or take, depending on how you have him posed. And it's going to be like 3 3/4, something like that. He is up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put a link in the description below. But he looks pretty good. He's not perfect. He does have a little bit more paint going on throughout the figure, and it's definitely clean enough. It's nothing crazy good, but it's good enough. The eyes are definitely okay, except for where the blue meets that gray color at the top. It could be a little bit cleaner there. Same thing on this side. But it will get the job done, and the transition from yellow to blue is definitely fine throughout. So yeah, he looks good enough, for sure. He's definitely plasticky, but everything that you're going to get for Pokemon is, they're not making like high-end Pokemon figures at this point. I guess the figure arts are the closest thing, but the figure arts Charizard lost out to the Blokees one, so I guess that's not even your option at this point. So yeah, it's a perfectly adequate, relatively inexpensive release. In terms of looks, it looks great for what it is. I'll give it, well, I don't need to rate it because it's a model kit thing and there's not much competition and it's hard to rate, so I don't need to rate it. You can just see what it is. Now, as far as the accessories go, because I mentioned he has accessories, he actually has interchangeable parts. So you have like hands and feet that are different. Rather than having some extra posability, you get like gripping hands or angled feet, things like that. That's fine. You do get his shuriken and his sword, which are very nice plastic. I like the way those work, and he holds onto them well enough. They're not heavy, so that's good. And then you do get his display stand, which, just like Charizard, it has these interchangeable, or I guess removable pieces that are just really, really nicely done. Charizard had the fire, this guy obviously has the water, and there's a bunch of different peg holes on here. A lot of them are covered up by the paper, by the sticker, but there's still plenty usable ones to move these around how you like. I think that looks pretty good like that. And you get a display arm for him to be held with, and it will pinch him up there. But make sure you follow the directions because it looks like two of the pieces that you use here normally go together for the display arms. For this one, you only use half here and half here, so be careful. And then you have to apply your own sticker. I didn't do it perfectly, but they go down pretty well. I mean, it's somewhat easy to get these on despite them being humongous flat stickers. I didn't have too much trouble lining them up with the circles. It's not perfect. I nailed the Charizard one on accident, but this one I tried harder on and didn't get it. But either way, it's a really nice little display thing, especially with the interchangeable parts. So I think it's good, especially for the price point. They're doing a good job, and these water effects are really, really nice. Now, as far as articulation goes, unfortunately, this is not bendy or anything. It's just floppy. But the head does move around some, mostly just rotation. There's a little bit of wiggle to it, but not much. It's mostly rotation. The tongue just moves with it. For the shoulders, you get a ball peg and a ball hinge and a swivel. So they move around a decent amount. It's not going to be the most crazy articulation, but it will be enough to get the job done. Get another ball hinge at the elbow, 90 degrees. You get rotation out of it, but you won't need that. The wrists don't do anything because they are keyed for interchangeability. So no articulation at the wrists or the ankles, unfortunately. For the torso, he does move around all right. It's not a lot. It'll be enough. Again, these are not like crazy fancy articulated figures. They're relatively inexpensive little model kits that turn into decent action figures. The hips are basically just ball sockets, which will be sufficient given his character design, but there's also not a whole lot of sculpt going on right there. He's kind of a weird design in the first place in that area, so it's not the biggest deal, and you probably won't notice it once he's posed, but he doesn't have any sculpt connecting his legs to his torso. It's just the peg, so be aware of that. You do get a double jointed knee, which works surprisingly well. It's a little bit loose, but it does work for his little ninja pants, so that's not a bad design there. That's pretty cool. Pretty creative way of solving that. And then that's it, because for the ankles you just have interchangeable feet that have weird angles built into them. I don't love that design. I think it's okay though. It'll get the job done again, but it's nothing you're gonna be like, oh, I love this. This is my favorite thing. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it will do. And he does have a good look to him. Poses well enough, some cool enough effect parts. It's an easy pickup, I think, if you want a Greninja figure. This isn't something for somebody who's just casually buying things that are cool. You have to want Greninja for this to be a worthy pickup, if you ask me. The loose knees are really the biggest issue for me, but since he does have a display stand that clips him, I think that's not like the end of the world. But he's not probably as nice as Charizard, if I had to say. But as far as being the best Greninja out there, I do think this guy fits that bill. So you guys can let me know what you think about these guys in the comment section below. I know a lot of you said you like these Blokees a lot. So I'm curious to hear what you have to say. If you own this one, what do you think about it? Do you like it more or less than Charizard? Or more or less than the previous Greninja figures that are out there? Let me know what you think. But I think it's a good pickup for sure. And if you don't, then that's fine too. Like I said, they gave me a review sample, but it's not like I get anything for it. So, I mean, other than the figure, I already have it, so I can say whatever I want. I think it's good enough. It's not anything super impressive, but it is definitely good enough. If you got it before it came to the US, then you probably got it for a lot cheaper, and it's way better than if it's only 20 bucks. I think he's more, I'll have it on the screen, but I think he's more at Big Bad Toy Store right now. But that's it from me, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day, and thousands already on the channel, so make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.